Previously on the last Aurimel.
Garrik came to Ustengrav, seeking the Greybeard's relic, only to find it missing. In its place, a letter, pulling him toward Riverwood. There, in the shadows of the Sleeping Giant Inn, he met Delphine. She spoke of dragons, of a buried conspiracy, and of a test. One Garrik would answer in fire and steel. At an ancient burial ground, they watched a dragon rise, and Garrik cut it down. The truth was clear. Someone was bringing them back. Now, with only a name, Esbern, he turns toward the next piece of the puzzle. But trust is thin, and the path ahead is anything but certain. The Aurimel were never meant to fade. They were warriors, architects of fate, beings who shaped history, not ghosts to be forgotten. And yet, Garrik had spent lifetimes as a shadow, watching the world turn without him. But the world was shifting. Dragons clawed their way back into the sky, and with them came war, prophecy, and schemes in the dark. Skyrim would not remain untouched, and neither would he. Conflict was no stranger to him. He had seen empires rise and fall, seen mortals tear each other apart for crowns that would outlive them. But this was different. This was something older, something deeper. And for the first time in an age, he felt the pull of a road he could not ignore. If he turned away, the name of the Aurimel would fade into history, a whisper lost to time. But that was not his way. That was never their way. If the world sought to break, he would stand defiant in the fractures.
I figured out how we're going to get you into the Thalmor Embassy.
Well, that was quick.
I've been doing this a long time, remember? While the Thalmor have been looking for me, I've been watching them.
Go on. Tell me how you plan on getting me into the embassy.
The Thalmor ambassador, Elenwen, regularly throws parties where the rich and connected cozy up to the Thalmor. I can get you into one of those parties. Once you're inside the embassy, you can get away and find Elenwen's secret files. I have a contact inside the embassy. He's not up for this kind of high-risk mission, but he can help you. His name is Malborn. Wood Elf. Plenty of reason to hate the Thalmor. You can trust him. I'll get word for him to meet you in Solitude at the Winking Skeever. You know it? While you're doing that, I'll work on getting you an invitation to Elenwen's little party. Meet me at the Solitude stables after you've arranged things with Malborn. Any questions?
No.
Sounds good. Be careful.
And so, Garrik set his course for Solitude, one step closer to answers.
If you've come to Solitude to join the Legion, speak to Rika. If not, just keep your nose clean while you're here, or you'll end up like Rogvir.
Come on in. We got warm food, warm drinks, and warm beds. What do you need? Need something?
A certain acquaintance pointed me your way.
Really? You're who she picked? I hope she knows what she's doing. Here's the deal. I can smuggle some equipment into the embassy for you. Don't plan on bringing anything else in with you. The Thalmor takes security very seriously. Give me what you can't live without, and I'll make sure to get it into the embassy. The rest is up to you.
Get it inside. I'll do the rest.
Okay, I'll get this inside the embassy for you. I've got to go. I'll find you at the party. Don't worry.
The plan was in motion. A quiet entry, a borrowed face, steel hidden in the hands of another. Subterfuge was not his craft, nor his nature, but war was not won by honor alone. Malborn played his part well, but trust was a luxury Garrik could not afford. This mission was a knife's edge. One wrong step, one misplaced word, and he would trade diplomacy for blood. So be it.
Have you given Malborn the gear you want to smuggle into the embassy?
Yes.
Good. I have your invitation to the party. But the only way you're going to get past the guards is if they really believe you're an invited guest. Which means you need to look the part and not be armed to the teeth. Here, put this on. When you're ready, I'll keep the rest of your gear safe until you get back. You'll only have what Malborn smuggled in for you, plus whatever you can pick up inside. I guess that will have to do. You should pass for a real guest, at least until you open your mouth. Ready to board the carriage to the embassy?
Let's go.
The carriage rolled to a stop, the cold wind cutting like a blade as Garrik stepped down. A robed attendant waited at the gate, all smiles and empty pleasantries. Garrik was entering the lion's den.
Welcome to the Thalmor Embassy. Your invitation, please.
Here.
Thank you, sir. Go right in.
Now then, here's my invitation. I don't have a poison dagger.
The wind howled against the embassy walls, but within, the air would be far colder. Garrik paused only a moment, then stepped forward. The game was about to begin.
Welcome. I don't believe we've met. I am Elenwen, the Thalmor Ambassador to Skyrim. And you are?
Garrik.
Ah, yes. I remember your name from the guest list. Please, tell me more about yourself. What brings you to this... to Skyrim? What is it, Malborn?
It's just that we've run out of the Alto wine. Do I have your permission to uncork the Arenthia Red?
Of course. I've told you before not to bother me with such trifles.
Yes, Madam Ambassador.
My apologies. We'll have to get better acquainted later. Please, enjoy yourself.
The air was thick with wine and deception. The Thalmor moved like kings in their golden halls, their guests, pawns in a game they barely understood. Garrik loathed it all. The vanity, the pretense, the gilded masks of civility. But knowledge was power, and power was what he needed. So, he played along, watching, listening, measuring those who thought themselves untouchable. Behind these walls lay secrets worth the charade. The trick was finding them before the mask had to fall.
What can I get for you, sir? Yes, what do you need?
I know what I must do. Be ready.
Of course. Let me see if we have another bottle of that. I'll be waiting by the door for everyone to be distracted.
What does a fellow need to do to get a drink around here?
Here, drink.
Ah, the one generous soul amongst a gathering of pinch pennies and lick spittles. If there's anything I can ever do for you, do not hesitate to call upon me.
Actually, I do have a task for you.
Wonderful. I can begin to repay your generosity immediately. Say on, friend.
I need a distraction. Make it loud. Make it last.
Is that all? My friend, you've come to the right person. You could say that causing a scene is somewhat of a specialty of mine. Stand back and behold my handiwork. Attention, everyone! Could I have your attention, please? I have an announcement to make. I propose a toast to Elenwen, our mistress.
What are you
I
doing?
speak figuratively.
Let's go.
Nothing could be
before
more
anyone
likely
notices us.
That someone would actually want her in their bed. Although, most of you are already in bed with her.
Just stay close and let me do any talking, got it? Follow me.
Who comes, Malvern? You know I don't like strange smells in my kitchen.
A guest feeling ill. Leave the poor wretch be.
A guest? In the kitchens? You know this is against the rules.
Rules, is it, Zavani? I didn't realize that eating moon sugar was permitted. Perhaps I should ask the ambassador.
Get out of here. I saw nothing.
Your gear is in that chest. I'll lock the door behind you. Don't screw this up.
You've done your part. I'll handle the rest.
Good luck.
See those robes
You're on your own
this
now.
morning?
For a moment, Garrik considered staying in the shadows, but steel was faster.
No, they're high maintenance.
Lydia, now!
Garrick's plan had unfolded without flaw. While the guards were preoccupied, Lydia had slipped through the first floor window, ready to strike. He had given her no instruction. None was needed. She understood. Garrik had met few mortals with such quiet resolve, and fewer still whose honor did not waver beneath the weight of expectation. It was unexpected. As Garrik stepped into the courtyard, he and Lydia moved into the shadows, positioning themselves at the edge of the fray. They had one chance: eliminate the guards, breach the inner chambers, and move before the alarm sounded.
Never should have come.
And with that, Garrik and Lydia made their way to the inner chambers of the embassy.
But I need that money. I earned it. I have my own expenses, you know.
Silence! Do not presume, Gissa. You are most useful, but do not presume. We have other informants who are less offensive.
But no one else has brought you such valuable information, have they? Etienne, he's talked, hasn't he? He knows where that old man is you're looking for. He told me himself.
You'll get the rest of your money when we confirm his story, as agreed.
So he has talked. I knew it.
Everyone talks, in the end. Now, I have work to do. Leave me to it if ever you want to see the rest of your payment.
Can I could help you. He talked to me. He trusts me.
You'd like to come downstairs with me, is that it, Gissa? Shall we loose his bonds and put you in a cell together? You can ask him anything you like and see how he answers.
No, I'll wait outside.
That would probably be best. Now, get out.
He can't treat me like that. He needs me.
Someone...
Silence reclaimed the chamber. Garrick's prize lay ahead, hidden not in vaults of gold, but in ink and parchment. Ahead, stacks of official documents, scrupulous records of the Thalmor's quiet war. Among them, reports of dragon sightings, whispered names, and the slow, methodical dismantling of a nation. But one parchment stilled his hands, a dossier on Ulfric's Stormcloak. He read, and as the truth took shape, it became undeniable. The war in Skyrim was no rebellion. It was a game, and the Thalmor held the board. The so-called Liberator of the North had once been their pawn, his war a slow bleed that served elven ambition. The path forward sharpened in an instant. Skyrim would not endure as a divided land. And if the elves sought to draw this war to ruin, he would see it ended with imperial steel. Garrik sifted through the scattered records, pausing on a name, Esbern. But it was Ulfric's dossier that weighed heavier, a pawn, whether by intent or ignorance. Skyrim thought it was fighting for freedom, but in Ulfric, they had only another Thalmor weapon. The realization curdled in his chest. If Skyrim was to have a future, it could not be Ulfric's war. It had to end, and it had to end in imperial victory.
I told you. I don't know anything else about it.
I want to hear it again. Every word.
Fine. Whatever you want. Can't you just kill me and get it over with? There's this old man. I've seen him around Riften. I don't know where he lives. I don't know his name. Yes, he matches the description of this Esbern guy you're looking for. Maybe it's him, maybe it isn't. That's all I know, okay?
Wait. Quiet.
Listen up, spy. You're trapped in here, and we have your accomplice. Surrender immediately, or you both die.
Malborn.
Never mind.
Silence.
Run.
Never should have come here.
Now you're mine.
Run, you fool.
See you burn. Easily.
Now the Thalmor will be hunting me for the rest of my life. I hope it was worth it.
Panicking won't buy us time, Elf.
I told you. I don't know anything else about it.
Silence. I'm not here to torment you.
What? Who? What do you want then?
No time. Come with us.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Come on, this way. I've seen the guards use it to get rid of bodies. It must lead somewhere.
Lead the way.
If you like, but we need to find a way to unlock that trap door.
I have the key. Just keep moving. Come, before reinforcements arrive. That stench. Wait. Brave fool. Come on, we must keep moving. Delphine awaits in Riverwood.
Riverwood emerged through the rain, its lanterns flickering against the downpour. Garrik's steps were steady, but his mind was not. The embassy had yielded truths, but not the ones Delphine had promised. No smoking gun, no grand conspiracy, only a war rigged from the start. Ulfric's rebellion was no path to sovereignty, only a slow march to Skyrim's ruin. The rain weighed heavy on the ill-fitted elven armor, a second skin he despised. He would shed it soon enough. It was a fitting symbol, a disguise, a tool, never meant to be worn for long. The same could be said of Skyrim's war. It was time to discard illusion, to see the battle for what it was. Not a fight for freedom, not a fight for honor, only a fight that had to end.
You made it out alive, at least. Your gear's safe in my room, as promised. Did you learn anything useful?
Yes, and no. The Thalmor know nothing about the dragons.
Really? That seems hard to believe. You're sure about that?
Believe me or don't. It matters not. However, I did uncover a lead. A man named Esbern.
Esbern? He's alive? I thought the Thalmor must have got him years ago. That crazy old man. Figures the Thalmor would be on his trail, though, if they were trying to find out what's going on with the dragons.
What do the Thalmor want with him?
You mean aside from wanting to kill every blade they can lay their hands on? Esbern was one of the Blade's archivists, back before the Thalmor smashed us during the Great War. He knew everything about the ancient dragon lore of the Blades. Obsessed with it, really. Nobody paid much attention back then. I guess he wasn't as crazy as we all thought.
The dossier claims Esbern is living in Riften these days.
Riften, eh? Probably down in the Ratway, then. It's where I'd go. You'd better get to Riften. Talk to Brynjolf. He's well-connected. A good starting point, at least. Oh, and when you find Esbern, if you think I'm paranoid, you may have some trouble getting him to trust you. Just ask him where he was on the 30th of Frostfall. You'll know what it means.
The fire burned low, its warmth barely reaching the corners of the room. Garrik sat unmoving, the weight of the night pressing against him. The embassy had offered no final answers, only more tangled truths. Ulfric, the war, the Thalmor. Skyrim was bleeding, and its people didn't even see the blade. And now, Esbern, a name the Thalmor feared, a man they wanted erased. That alone made him worth the trouble. For now, the road could wait. Morning would bring another hunt, another step toward answers. But tonight, Garrik let the silence take him. If only for a moment.